ultimately, fuck. As I was saying, so we covered a bunch of stuff previously on just taking a look at the trades that we've taken over the course of the previous 4 months, how those have stacked up, looking at the wins, the return, the gross, and just how that has all stacked up over the month. There's a few things that we're going to touch on. I don't know if this was covered before or after. I don't know. But we're going to just take a look at these stats and then the AI version that we have developing for the expert advisor. Really neat stuff. I was going on a tangent before. I don't know if that was there or not, but we're moving along. So this is ultimately how this went, and then the alerts are still sent, but the copier is currently disabled because we're not sending copy trades anymore. Copy trades are being worked on to have the AI incorporated into it. And I'm pretty sure, like I was saying, within a year, 6 months, we're gonna get a lot more financial based models that can do financial related stuff, actual finances. But there were some pictures along here, but these were not displayed for some reason. Like 133 trades, and we closed off with 33.8% as our win rate, and we made 48%. We have what would be our worst losing streak, 16 trades, best streak, 4 trades, but we still came up on top, which is the important thing to look at. Our average risk to reward was 1.7. If you go back on the live streams, you'll see at some point in time, this is 1.9. Sorry, not 1.9. Risk 1 for 9 is what we're averaging on our risk to reward. So we're trying to aim a lot larger than what our initial risk ultimately is. And so there's something just random, like random fact. These are how the trades have turned out during the sessions. And then you just have a bunch of other alerts related stuff. But ultimately, it's the AI why we also just have the ability to use this indicator as we're looking at it on this, for example. So, neat little tool, and it's currently set up. It's been running for a while to send the trades that I would take from EuroUSD over to this public channel. In the Discord, you can get access. The only way you're really gonna get into the Discord is through the initiate link. If you just go to the website, sign up for free, get the initiate package, you'll get access to this unless you know someone that's going to invite you. But this is going through and sending the weekly charts or the daily chart once a week. So we ultimately can see that this is sent June 1st. Here's the week's outlook of key levels and major pairs. We have Australian USD, pretty clean, and we can cross-reference that with what it looks like now. Rejecting, okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Same thing here for Euro USD. We're getting a pretty nice rejection and close. We're about to close in 2 hours, so 2-3 hours. We'll see what the actual time is. So this one is for pound USD. Not much. Not much in terms of progress, but it is a volatile day for this. What else do we have? NZD, USD. We're rejecting the resistance there. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one. We were continuing with that pretty nicely. Okay, we see pound, USD Canadian. Not too much, not too many relevant areas, but you can make some out manually. Rejecting to the highs, USD gained, gold per se fell. Lower time frame, but gold fell. Yeah, some of these when duplicates like these would be able to go away. And they will by the time you see this, maybe. Unless you're a few of our viewers. But regardless, I wanted to continue on the development of this AI system. This is just indicator version basically, and the expert advisor using the AI, they have their agents based. Maybe I can pull up some information on it so we can see how it's supposed to function. But so this is USD, Swiss, the 4 hour time. You can see how we're dealing with that daily level there. Turns bullish once we cross back above, and we've been up ever since. While the 4 hour bias here is bearish, that is to take note, but this is current. If we look at the picture, I think it might still be bearish because we're below at the time. But let's just double check. No, wait. Yeah, we're bullish. We're bearish. So once we close above, turns bullish for rejecting the support. And then you'll get the reason for it listed there. USD, JPY. We're making our way up to the resistance. That's the important stuff. That's what matters ultimately to get the direction right. We want these average support and resistances, but we can get a good trade. One small one just pushed into the direction that we are looking to go into. What else did we have? So there is, I might be able to get Claude to tell us about. Okay, hold on a sec. Hold up a sec. Okay, so we can just start here, see if this will work. Pretty good normally for what it does. Just see if we can pull up any information. Or if it's gonna stall and not. This is a good time to do a test. So this one is already doing its thing. Let's tell the same thing to this. Let's see if we can get this right. I'm gonna have to start this. Okay, well, it came back with something. So it basically says let's wait. Took a little time, no? Took quite a bit of time. So it basically says, here's a thorough breakdown of how this works. Sophisticated automated system, whatever. So there's a few modes. You see that it has the ability to plot support and resistances. It definitely utilizes that. It utilizes the ability for the extremes, so the Fibonacci 127s and 161s. And then it does the same thing with a grid style, which I won't explain. But that goes to use the same thing in a different way. There is using this and this, which would be this, and then there would be support and resistance with the extreme grid, and there would be this. And then there is the runner mode, which we can't confirm that is this, but it says EMA crossover trend following mode. For logic, this is how I tend to take my trades based on these. And then there is some Python agent bridge part of the file. Reason, checks every 5 seconds, verdict. Runner mode. Not something I'm very familiar with. That one, I'm pretty sure it was built more recently, but not something I really dabble in using that. I'm really just trying to use it on. Who cares? I'm using it. But it manages risk. There are a few kill switches on it, so it manages risk. There are session filters in case you want to trade all sessions or some sessions. Then there is some analytics that are produced with it. So every once in a while, it'll give you a log report and it'll tell you, okay, these are the winning trades, these are the losing trades. Same thing if you backtest. If you backtest it, will produce these results, so you can take a look at what the stats are, which ones are working, which ones aren't. In short, it's a multi-mode Fibonacci support and resistance trading bot with external Python AI that approves or blocks trades in real time, multiple independent drawdown kill switches, and a full analytical system. Essentially. Essentially, that is how that comes across, but it covers a great deal of things. It allows us to ultimately have our things set up like this, where we can just have the Fibonacci levels on there, and it's only going to show you relevance. That's what's important here. Only relevant stuff. It's not showing you things that are old but useful, like none of that. Useful at the time, no. Everything is currently useful on the chart. And it updates with every candle, and it plots its levels, and you just trade based on the candlesticks. And so every time frame you also change, it updates. Daily level, the daily support and resistance will always be apparent on it, so you can basically see how clean this is. Clean. And then we can realistically go to indicator list, blaze, so Fibonacci's on. We can turn this on and go current time support and resistance. Damn, I just lost it. I just lost it. That button. So we can ultimately go from having the settings Fibonacci set to true, daily support and resistance to true. And so support and resistance is there for the time frame, and daily support and resistance is plotted in. And we'll switch up for every time frame, make them valid. Amazing. Me, amazing. Anyways, that's all I really had to show. There were some trades that we took recently. We took a small little trade with this. We're in it for 11 hours. I made 28 pips. This might be the open. No, this is close. We took a long position. Time frame is probably just a different time frame when the pictures started to be taken. But ultimately, this is a trade that we in. We made a few positions and the gains were small on some. This one 4.4, 6.2, 0.6.2, 1.74, 0.03, 4.25. So trades are still being taken. Everything's still running. We're just developing the program and working on some new things that need to come. And so tune into the next live. We'll get into some other shit. We'll see what trades need to be taken, and we'll come in for a little help, see what we can take on stream.